Good evening and welcome to Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the last race of the season before we head down to the 3-week break before the F1 2020 comes out next, not next Tuesday, but in 9 days the game will come out just over a week. And last race for F1 2019 is today coming up, and this is kind of at the same time very sad race because for last race for a game. It's always a place where you don't kind of want to be, but at the same time you want to be, because you want to get the new game to your hand. But in 1 week's time, we are able to get it. We are waiting for 2 more drivers, so we should have 12 drivers today in the lobby, which would be very great. And well, I think we need to go 5 past, so well, we are waiting for a couple of drivers. But let's check through. Oh, I forgot to import the weather. Great job. Thanks, Flying Cross, for reminding me. The weather forecast looks like this. So it's light cloud in the qualifying, and then it will be dynamic, and then there's clear and 2 dynamic boxes in the race. Thanks, Flying Cross, for reminding me to fix the weather. But that's the weather, and don't mind the timer up there, it's again wrong for some reason. And then the standings. So Jokke secured his World Championship title last weekend, with 50-point gap to Womble. Then there's Gavin, who is not racing, Pihkanen, and Flying Grass, who just remind me is in P5, or actually P4 in the stands when we take Gavin away. Sipala can't race, and so Fairley can't get the plot positions due the gap is so large. And there's 1.5 minutes for those 2 drivers to join. Hopefully they join. We might have 3 drivers, but at least 2 should be joining. And if they don't appear, we will go in 1 minute. But shortly we go, so there's no hurry anywhere. Now there's 11 drivers. Fairley has joined, and now we are waiting for 1 more. Hopefully he arrives. And we go in 1 minute if he doesn't. Oh no, he went to time trial. He went to time trial, and there's only 1 minute before he joins. Yeah, it's 5 past, so people are readying up. So people are readying up, so there's no exceptions. If the wetland joins, we will have to. He has to spectate the qualifying and join to the race. But 11 drivers, that's quite good when we need to look that the game is coming next week, so or kind of next week. 9 days and the game is out. And 3 weeks, isn't it? from this time. Let's see. 4 weeks, so exactly 1 month. And we will be lights out in Australia in F1 2020. Actually, yes, down in the description there is the next season race calendar from F1. If you want to know the F2 calendar, just take off 2 days. So for example, there's July 26th, the Australian Grand Prix. For F1 it's 2 days earlier for July 24th. And do that for all the tracks. Take away 2 days. And you will find the F2 calendar. And we are now ready in Abu Dhabi Yas Marina to start this qualifying. And at least yet there's no one as my partner in the commentary box. Hopefully we can get Rubble later on during the session. I don't think, but if we can, I'm ready for him. Vettel has just joined, he missed the qualifying by half a minute. Now he needs to spectate the whole session because he joined like 2 minutes too late. So... can't wait to race in Vietnam and Chartwood. Yeah, that will be very interesting. There's a pre-season tests coming July 18th and July 19th, if I remember correctly. So there will be pre-season tests on those 2 tracks. On Saturday and on Friday at 5 PM PST. So it's 19 in Finnish time, 7 at the evening. The pre-season tests include 90-minute practice and 18-minute qualifying. The 50% race is not included. You can race if you want, but the stream will be shut down after the qualifying, if I can even stream them, because I might have something else to do that weekend. So now Vettel has left the session. He might go back to time trial, have a touch and rejoin before the race begins. First driver to go out on track was Flying Grass. Last weekend I think he was on podium, so that was an excellent result for him last week. And by the way, VCS has made some history because this is first ever full season for VCS, so first maximum available season, 21 races. Usually we have cut down the season when the champion is decided, but now people wanted to race in Abu Dhabi, so we will be doing a full season, 21 races, in fact max 22 next season. The next season should end December 27th, so it would be very good, very well before the year changes to 2021. But here goes Flying Cross for a lap. And Vettel said he will wait, so he will join the lobby again before the race begins. So we should have 12 drivers in the race then, so that's a good thing. Flying Cross 27.2 in the first sector. Got a very good apex. And then the hairpin. And the exit is important here because you need to maximize your speed from the exit of the corner for this long straight. I think this is a 1 kilometer long back straight, so it is a very long straight. And then here the apex is, you don't want to go too deep in the corner because it's the right-hander coming very soon, and then there's another long straight. So there are 2 long straights next after each other, then there's only 2 chicanes in the middle and very long straights. So the second sector is basically whole straight. And then the first and third sector are the most technical parts of the tracks, especially the third sector. It's very technical, as you can see. It's like left, right, left, left, right, 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 left, left, right, right. So it's very technical part. When the first sector is just a long turn and 1 90-degree corner. And then the middle sector is just 1 chicane and 2 straights. Oh, that was an invalid lap time for Flying Grass, so he crossed the pit entry white line, which is against the rules. But this is the last race of the season, so it doesn't matter too much. Hopenela puts 35.4 on the board, and Tompa is 63 tenths behind this. PMP Mac has crashed out. Can we see this from Womble's pole? Yeah, he has lost it, and he has hit the barrier in turn 14, I guess. I guess that's turn 14. next driver to go across the line will be Salesman, who has won last 2 rounds in a row. So he has been on fire. Actually, has he won even 3 races in a row? Maybe even 3 races in a row. And now he puts 1.5 seconds faster lap on the board. That's a very good lap. And there's Team Set, cross the line, he's 2 seconds off. And of course Womble starting the lap. Let's see, can Jokke win the championship by over 50 points, or can this man take the lead down just a bit so the championship would be too overpowered. But these two guys will be challenged next season when even more faster drivers are joining the league next season. So the pace will be going up even more. At least on the F1 side. Maybe even on the F2 side also. Jokke puts second. And Fernie starts his lap. With Mr. Schumacher also. Schumacher driving for the first time since maybe Japan? If I remember correctly. He said that he leaves the league because he has no time to play, and now he has rejoined, at least to do the final race of the season. Which is a good thing, have a new driver, old drivers here, when they have an opportunity to race. Schumacher was... I don't remember, I don't think he was in the top 20. I don't think he was in the top 20 on the F1. He was the F2, one of the fastest F2 drivers, but then he got promoted to F1, and that way he had not scored points in F1, so he was very low in the field. That was also a cut by Team Said. Of course, we haven't told drivers to be aware of that before the session. So, Fairly goes third fastest, 1 second off the pace. How is that man so quick? The Salesman, I mean. I think one of my fastest laps has been 35s here with the regular corner cutting. I need to check that if I can. The files are missing for some reason. Fairly goes 4th fastest at the time, and then there's Schumacher. Yet to get lap. He's expecting to be 2 seconds slower. And that was a bad lap, 38 actually, before the final corner. Then there's another run out of Tompa, slowed down. Because, you know, there's no flying cross on the lap. He's on an out lap, but he will be the next driver to be on the lap. Isn't it? Yeah, that's Womble waving out the tires. Maybe returning to the pits, so looks like Flying Cross is the next driver to go on the lap. But Abu Dhabi is a very technical track, like I said. There's 21 corners to navigate, if I remember correct. There should be 21. So, very tricky track to finish the season. This would be an interesting race in which decide the championship. At least I would enjoy one. Are these drivers trying to take slipstream from each other, or why they are so close? Trumpa isn't on a lap on 0 either. Hopefully they don't crash or go too close, because in the rules it's everyone's job to find a place where you don't disturb others. And now Tompa is leading a minus pace. It's not a big one. Oh, now he's increasing it. And for a lap. Not sure was that a bad exit or not. Of course the driver knows better. Tompa looks like his car was sliding a bit. But now Zeroy look like be a good exit. Let's check the tires. The tires are... Womble and Zeroy have set their best laps on the mediums, and now Zeroy is on the soft tires. Let's see what they can do. That's too deep by Zeroy, and that's the reason I told you you don't want to go too deep in the corner, because when you go deep in the first corner, you are too late in the second corner and you are losing even a second in the one corner, running wide just a few meters. And now he's completely gone off, maybe giving space for Tompa. That was a cut, and that's a clear invalidation. And now it's flying cross only to not have a lap. Oh, that understeer. That understeer sucks. And he also nearly understeered in the wall there on the right, so that's not looking good. Setup really sucks, like he said in the comments below. And there, across the line goes flying cross, fourth fastest, just slower by Womble. Of course, he was on the soft compounds, highest Womble was on the mediums. So we need to take care of that one. Zeroy having a valid lap, cross the line. Where he go? He improves. No, he doesn't. He doesn't improve. Actually, yeah, he went wide, so that's why he's not gonna improve at all. Hopenola improving by 2/10 at the time. And very deep in the final corner he goes, fourth fastest though. And Salesman is improving his lap time even more. And now Schumacher is having another lap. Wetland has joined again. There's 7 minutes to go in this session. Salesman is leading the qualifying by 8/10. He's the only driver go under 134s. If Salesman wins this race again, let's see the standings. Where will be Salesman? When I can click it there. Salesman is currently P12, and if he wins the race, he's standing in 77 points, which would mean he would be 8th in the grid, but when we take away the drivers who are not racing next season, he might be 6th. By just racing in 4 or 5 races, and he might be 6th in the stands. So that would be a very strong position next season, seat-wise. And the rating cards which we have made to our Instagram, make sure to follow us on the Instagram if you haven't yet. Go to Instagram, search F1VCS all together, and there is our Instagram feed from which you can see the rating cards we have done for this season, or for the next season. Of course, those cards are still in work in progress, so the cards are just alpha versions, so they will get changed before the next season begins, and the final builds will be released 1 week before the season begins, so somewhere around the preseason tests. Or the preseason tests are your final chance to show your pace, and then we will make the final decisions about the card ratings, by which we start the next season. Schumacher is 4 seconds off the pace, so he has really been struggling with Formula 1 lately. And if you have not practiced at all, the 4 seconds is quite a lot. But team said back into the pits. How about Womble? He's on a lap on the soft homebound of tires. Final corner, not going too deep. Cross the line, where he will go. He goes second fastest, half a second off the pace. Second driver go under 134s. Jokke again struggling with the qualifying pace, as usually, but he has managed to change the gear to the race, and he has managed to win some of the races. And the championship is the most important. Third goes 7th fastest. They're behind. There's no one on a lap, so let's look at Jokke. Looks like Jokke is not even improving. Well, not sure. We need to look further. I think Jokke is the only driver on the track now with a lap coming. Everyone else is still sitting in the garage, waiting for the best possible grip. Let's see what the timer is saying. When Jokke goes through, he's improving by 3/10, so he has really been improving. right on the edge of the limits. Next corner on the limits. The curbs are deadly here, especially the yellow sausage curbs. They are very deadly if you are running on the wrong setup. With triple right-handers. And then the left. If Jokke can finish this lap by the current pace, he would be just in front of Womble. Let's see, can he do it? Very cautious. No, he decided to call the lap off. Return to the pits and take a new set of tires. He's in a hurry actually, he needs to leave the garage within 1 minute in order to get to the line. And like we know in F1 2019, leaving the garage is very slow. And fairly into the pit lane. His quality is over, I don't think he has time enough to rejoin track before the run time runs out. The qualifying has turned into night. In around 18 minutes. We have seen the translation in the dusk conditions from sunset. Team set starting a lap now. Not improving, but down by just a minor bit, so the game should not be lost yet. Someone gone, it must be Tompa. Yes, it is. Team said, is the first driver go across the line, isn't it? Yes. So let's see what Team Set has to offer us. Final chance. With 1 minute to go. Looks like everyone is able to start the lap before the time runs out. Salesman back onto the track to try to improve the lap time. He has 33.450. Team Set using the overtake in the final sector. What he can do. Cross the line, Team Set goes 5th fastest, 1.5 seconds off the pace. It's very tight from P4 to P8. So minor mistake can cost you anything. Flying Cross is on a lap. And now people starting to retire from the sessions. What can Flying Cross do? There goes cross the line, goes 4th fastest, 1.1 seconds off the pace. And now it's Zeroy, he had an invalidation, he tries again. He has no time to try again. Same for Fairley. Actually, did Fairley miss the whole... Did Fairley miss the whole flag? Looks like Fairley missed the whole flag. 22 millisecond improvement coming for Hoppe and Ella. Cross the line, he goes 6th fastest. Couple of tenths, couple of milliseconds behind Zeroy. Now it's only all about the top 3. It's Jokke first. Or isn't it? Oh, it's Salesman in the wall! It's Salesman into the wall. Then it's Jokke and final driver go across the line is Womble. Where is Schumacher? Coming through here, not aggressive at all. But Jokke is coming through the final corners, the sector 3, the penultimate corners. What he can do, he called off his previous lap. He doesn't call this one off. Cross the line, where he will go, he goes 2nd fastest by a same lap time! A same lap time between Womble and Jokke. Jockey takes the second place. What can Womble do? He improves and takes the P2. They had the exact same lap time for a while. And that's the end of the qualifying. Salesman takes the pole position. I'm not surprised at all. And that's pole position for Salesman. Salesman pole by nearly half a second, 1 second. Jockey third, Flying Cross surprisingly fourth, Zero is fifth, Hopenella sixth, Teamset seventh, Fairly eighth, Tompa ninth, Mr. Schumacher 2.4 seconds, he improved, and BMP Mac fills up the grid. Shortly, we go for the last time in F1 2019 at the lights of Abu Dhabi. Very soon we'll be starting in Abu Dhabi. The music ended a bit early because we had to wait for the formation lap to begin so long. At least this point I have a great chance to show the strategy options for today's race. So here they are. So strategy A on the soft. So 2-stop strategy is actually quicker than the 1-stop. So for example, there are many. Oh, Wetland just missed the whole race. Wetland missed the whole race, so we have only 11 drivers here. Oh no, oh no. He missed the whole race. That was not a good thing. But soon I have to manually enter the start effect for the one final time. The lights are broken. They are going now. Oh, what? I have no idea what just happened, but we are underway. And was that a false start for Womble? Whoa, what? What is happening here? I have no idea. Womble has taken the lead. Was that a jump start or not? The game is completely broken. There's Zeroy. Oh, there's Carnage. There's Carnage. Both Reynolds spinning. Zeroy, the same thing. What is happening? Looks like Womble had a false start. What happened there? Zeroy is a lap down. Schumacher is last place. That was a not start. We will have to look that again very soon. Yeah, that was a big lag, to be honest. But 28 laps of action ahead. For everyone else apart Mac, the 2-stop strategy will be... At least it's the fastest, so I don't recommend trying the 1-stop when 2-stop is like 5 seconds, 6 seconds faster. So it's a better option to have a 2-stop today. Hopefully Codys have managed to fix these graphic issues and this kind of issues for F1 2020, I really hope. Let's have a new look at the start. So here we can see Womble lagging a lot. Then he's leading the race by a mile. Then there's Carnage behind. Renault lost it. Both Renaults lost it. And that was the start of all starts I have seen in the league. And now Salesman is going for it. He is going for it. And he makes the overtake down. Womble has nothing to say for that. And Salesman's done it. Up to P1. Salesman very well defending. And Hopanella has passed team set. This is completely broken. Everything is broken at the moment. In this lobby. But after this race we will be having the donuts in the practice session. Salesman fastest lap 134.4, 39.4, sorry. The DRS is enabled from this lap onwards. And Hopeanella already 3 seconds. DP Mac has overtook Team said. Oh, they're both off the track actually. BMP Mac also has visible wing damage. Teams it right on his tail without DRS going down the inside. That's a big launch. Oh, there's contact. There's someone gone. It is flying crossing. You can flying cross. Whoa! You can't do that. You can't do that. And that was intentional, so that might lead into the disqualification and easy 5 penalty points for the next season, which is not a good thing. And now he got a 3 seconds for corner cutting. So pretty much your race is over. Disqualification, 5 penalty points, and that's it for you. Because this man is really not driving well. Oh, and that's it. Ooh, so just about managed to avoid that. How is that not that's a virtual safety car, and that was an intentional crash. So now there's a very high chance for Flying Cross to get even bigger penalty. And now when there's people coming at the pits under the virtual safety car, you will lose only 14 seconds. Flying Cross, you are at risk of getting a big penalty for the next season. Even a race ban to Australia. Because 6 penalty points is enough for that. And you get a 5 penalty points for disqualification. Intentional crash with Jokke, the final bang. And then intentionally crashing out and causing a safety car period. That's another penalty point, so 6 penalty points might be coming in total. These dudes will need to look at that one. But the first safety car period is over. Of course, I didn't see what happened before that, so I need to see that one also before I judge. But here's the thing what we got on the replay. So here's the big launch by Team Said. And then there's something happening in front between Flying Cross and Jokke. And that's the thing from where you are getting a ban. So back to action then. Well, then report it. If he didn't give you any space, then report it. That's the only way you can get a penalty, even have a chance to get penalty on him. And all the penalties from this race will go to the next season. Yeah, but you can't do the tire ban. You can't do it like Sebastian did. You can't do it. That is illegal, and these dudes need to look at that. Was it intentional crashing, which leads to 5 penalty points or not? It's a big penalty for a little thing, but at least 1 penalty point for you causing a virtual safety car is coming, so that's a sure thing. But the rest we need to have a look at. And Furley up to 3rd. This is Furley's chance to have his first podium officially in VCS. He had it in Russia, but it was taken away after the penalties. But now Furley has a great chance of getting it actually. But Hoppianella is also looking at it. And there's 23 laps to go, so everything can happen. Don't turn this one off yet. Down the inside. Oh no, 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 no. PMP max 5 seconds gets away, that's for sure. At least he gained time there, so... Well, that's another thing to look at. So I don't call it yet. I don't call it yet. Because we need to look at it if he doesn't slow down immediately. Because he clearly cut the track there. Oh, he hit the wall! PMP Mac hit the wall. Struck his front wing away completely. And this race is getting nuts. The final race of the season, final race of the game. And it's getting nuts. But PMP Mac was lucky to get away with that because he shot it into the wall so heavy. I'm kind of surprised that he managed to get away with that. Hopefully we got it. Let's see it again. So there was a corner cut just before that. Yoga Gamer actually put the fastest lap on the background there. Zeroy has retired from the session somehow. There we can see BMP Mac. What? That must have been a very heavy desync. There's the yellow flag, sector 1. There's no one in sector 1. Zero retired in the pit lane, and now his car is back on the track. So Zero surrendered. 9 drivers remaining. Salesman into the pits. And in normal conditions you lose 23 seconds in the pit lane. Let's see how Salesman does the stop. Womble stays out, so he's making the overcut. And Salesman is making the undercut. Mediums on like we expected, the 2-stop will be coming. Of course this stop was 2 laps later than we predicted. But it's not much. Salesman drops to P... That's close. P4. P4 for Salesman. So Womble should drop to P5, maybe even P6, depending on the grip. We don't know what the grip he has. Let's hope it's a good one. In our strategy cards it looked like this, so lap 5 and lap 16 would be the stops. In my box. But of course the drivers make the final decisions. Let's see what's the gap. If you lose 23 seconds in the pit lane, Salesman should be like by a mile in front. Womble should drop to like P6. So Womble is not having an easy day in the office. 20 laps to go. The evening is slowly turning into night. And box for Womble. Hopeanella stays out for another lap. Same for Furley. Salesman already with the new tires. And now there's Womble's pit stop. Another good stop. Kind of. Maybe 3 seconds even, so not sure. Team set in the pit, so Womble rejoins on the track P5. Team set. Salesman has overtaken Fairly. Team set has a wing change to do. And Salesman has easily overtaken Fairly, and now he's in the tail of Hopanella, which is leading the race. Not for long after this DRS episode. Salesman should be flying past on those new fresh medium tires against the very old and bad soft tires. The gap between these two guys is already at 1 stop. And we have navigated just only 8 laps in this race. And Salesman in the lead of this race, and now Womble has this all to navigate. Fairly and Hopanel, I'm expecting them to pit this lap. If they don't, they are making a disaster with the strategy. If they are trying to desperately do the 1 stop, they are in trouble. If they take the hards now, they are in trouble. Both into the pits. Salesman putting the fastest lap. Let's see, Hopanella. First garage for Mercedes. Mediums on, they are doing a 2 stop. Not in the lead, I want to see Fairly. Fairly takes also the mediums. So they are both on the 2 stop strategy. Mr. Schumacher up to 4th. Has he already made a stop? He has already made the stop and he's P4 in his first race for a while. Great news for him. Womble has overtaken Tompa on the back straight. Well, that was very close being illegal blocking, but of course when Womble is faster and he has the DRS, it's not effective. But now the turntables, Tompa has the DRS. But Womble's already so far away that there's no chance that you can get him. And 8 laps old soft, that should be it. Into the pits at the end of this lap. Take the mediums. And 2 stops. Number 31 Esteban Ocon is behind the wheel in Tompa's car. Oh, he's off track. He's really struggling for grip as we can see, and he has spun around. And Schumacher is up to P3 temporarily. And look at this grip. There's no grip. Surprised that he has no puncher yet. Well, that grip is awful. Whoa, he nearly spun in the pit lane. In the pits goes Tompa. 9 laps on those tires. From which the last one was an awful lap. He avoided any damage, so that's the main thing. New mediums on until the end. And he drops to last place after the spin. Everyone has done their stops now, so this is the order for now. So Salesman, Womble, Schumacher, Jocke, Hoppenella, 30, Teams at Tompa and PMP Mac. Schumacher is having actually a very good race. When we take care that he hasn't done any races for a while and he has had a break from F1. So I'm very surprised if he can take a podium here. He would be a driver of the day after a poor qualifying, and after having a break, this amazing performance, he would be a driver of the day very easily. Even though Salesman is dominating, but Schumacher done a great job grinding back, and after a break, a drive like this is an amazing performance. Salesman locking the tires a bit. Womble is 13 seconds behind, so only a safety car can throw away Salesman's victory without any mistakes. Let's see the replay of the Tompa spinning. Yellow flag in sector T. This PMP Mac, he has crashed again in the same barrier he crashed earlier. I can tell you that on the background. There's Tompa spinning. Nice little donut during the race there. And this is PMP Mac. What is he doing? What is he doing? Oh, well, if this goes to the safety car, it's a penalty for Mac. Virtual safety car, so there's a penalty coming for PMP Mac. So these are very stupid penalties to take at this stage of the season, because these penalties will transform to the next season. And you don't want any penalties when the penalty point system is even more strict next season. 3 penalty points is the difference between all penalties. 3, 6. Then there's wasn't 8 or something. Then there's 12. I think it was 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 between the penalties. And if you have already 2 or 3 in the back, you will be in the trouble for the next season. And at the moment, Flying Cross and PMP Mac will be having the penalties when we go in the next season. There's a fucking wall in the middle of the track. What the actual fuck? Oh! Send me the clip of that one, because I want to see that and I want that to see the summary. If you have any clips of that, make sure to send them to me ASAP. I will edit the season summary to an end after this race. So, please send it to me right now as soon as possible. If there was a wall, well, then we have to relook at it. But you crashed out intentionally. You crashed out yourself and you caused us unnecessary safety car period. So that's why you might get a penalty for that. But if there was a wall in the middle of the road, we still will really need to have a look at that. And the other drivers really need to be cautious. Because I had the similar kind of issue in Singapore with my car. Every single EA driver retired to the invisible wall in the middle of the track. And me and Tahavo were the only drivers to survive that, and we took a 1-2 away with only 2 finishers. So... yeah, we need to look at it. It's scary. If any of the leading drivers gets it, you okay, 3 seconds. But send me the clip as soon as possible. So we still will really look at it. Also send it to the F1 video reports. Because it's going to the Stuarts, so that's why. It's also going for the Stuarts. So send it to F1 video reports on the Discord. Salesman is really putting it, but my wall was across the whole track, because the wall was covering only half the track originally when it has to across the whole track. Yeah, send the clip anyway. I want to see that. I want to see, was it similar to mine situation 1 month ago, or was it different? I want to see it, and I want the season summary, so please send it for me ASAP, if you have any clips. I saw only the first thing. You just stopped, like nothing happened. Yeah, I know if there's a wall in the road you can't get through it, but I want to see how the wall was there, like exactly, so I understand what you mean 100%. I might know what you mean, but I would just want to make sure. Jockey 3rd place, easily passed Schumacher. Hopefully that glitch doesn't appear for anyone else, it's an issue. Further with the broken front wing catching Hopionella. That front wing is not making his catching up easy today. Furley is closing just a bit. Around the outside, down the inside, the next corner, and he has made the move successfully. And that was a great overtake. That was a very great overtake. Panel also in trouble. Is there any wing damage? There's no visible wing damage for Hopper and Ella. The race is halfway. 14 laps remaining of this season. Hopper and Ella very close to Furley at this stage. He should have the DRS, Furley not, for this next straight. Yeah, you both, Flying Cross and Mac, make sure to send the video to Discord. Hopper and Ella is close. In this situation I would rather stay behind, take the other DRS for the second straight and then overtake and keep the position. He does that. Takes the DRS for the second straight. And now he has to make the move because there's no more DRS zones coming. And that's the overtake done by Hopionella. Back to P5. Overshooting a bit. Fairly cutting the whole track. Who has the fastest lap? It's for Salesman at the moment, so 78 points. That's a hot amount for 4 races, nearly the maximum you can get. This is the only battle on track at the moment. Let's see the penalties at the moment. Salesman has 2 warnings. Womble has nothing. Jokke has 3 seconds. Schuma has 2 warnings. Hapeneola 6 seconds. Furley 6 seconds. Team said 6 seconds. Tompa 6 seconds. Pimpy Mac has retired already. So we have 8 runners in the race remaining. And Furley goes down the inside into turn 5. And there's turn 6 around the outside. Can do it. He has the DRS for the second straight also. This one should be the overtake. And it is. Up to P5 Furley goes. Ooh, that was a close to be contact. That was very close to be contact. Lap 16 to 17 should be the window in which we are expecting the drivers to pit again for the last stint. Looks like the wall issue is not for anyone else, it was only for BMP Mac. And that is very unfortunate. If it really happened there. We have had 2 virtual safety cars today, but no safety cars yet to report. Hopefully we don't get anyone crashing out and causing a safety car anymore. PMP Mac and Flying Cross already did one. Panella is a bit too far away from Furley, 6/10. That's too far away, so there's no chance to overtake Furley on this straight, but the second straight is a closer one. Oh, look how close he can get. Just to the braking. And now it should be an easy overtake. There goes Opeaneola. Oh, goes wide. He gets straight 3 seconds. That's taken away, to be honest. That 3 seconds is taken away. That was a straight penalty, so 3 seconds off from Opeaneola. I can already call that one. So if that 3 seconds drops him, I will take that count to the standings right away this evening. After this race on the website there will be a version of the standings in where there are only the drivers who are continuing next season, so there will be no longer any old drivers who are retiring in the standings. There will be only drivers who continue next season, or I'm expecting to continue next season. That's completely off track. That should be a warning. Oh, there's also, again, another contact nearly between Furley and Opeaneola. This time Opeaneola should pass him on the first straight, which might not be a good thing when we go with the second straight. 11 laps to go this season. Opeaneola shoots wide again. This time he returns back to the track legally by the game. And again he's close. Don't shoot wide this time. Furley blocks away very well and keeps Opeaneola behind for one more lap. Opeaneola has 10 more laps to try to beat Furley here. Let's see what they can do. This is the only battle on track at the moment. Again, Furley getting a lot of TV time. At the start of the season he didn't get any, and now in the two races in a row He's getting a lot of TV time. Jokke into the pits. New mediums. Schumacher into the pits. New mediums. And the 2 stop like we expected. Jokke leaving the pit lane. This will be close. Tompa is in front, so Jokke is 7th. And Schumacher P8. Safety car, a virtual safety car would really pay for these drivers at the moment. This battle just doesn't end before the checkered flag or a big crash. I can tell you that one. It doesn't end like snap. This doesn't end for a while. Now the gap is starting to increase, so this game is decided in the pit lane. Tompa has overtaken Team Said. And now Jokke is stuck behind him. How are the tires? 10 laps old for Team Said. Team Said should be running for a while. Those drivers still continuing. Jokke needs to find a way to overtake Team Said, otherwise he's in trouble. 33 seconds for multiple warnings. Now Jokke goes down the inside of the hairpin and he makes the move, but Team Said is going to try to switcheroo. He has the DRS from Tompa. Team Said is out of ERS, so he can't attack. Which way Jokke will go? That's a bad angle. Jokke has found a way to go past both. These guys are battling again, and Team Said coming out in front this time. Salesman in the pits. Soft tires for the remaining laps. Of course the tank is lighter, so it is possible to go now. Salesman nearly rejoining the track in the lead. Salesman rejoining the track in a lead. Send the clip to the Discord so I can have a look at it later on. And I will also put it to the season summary, so just send the clip to Discord ASAP. But Salesman rejoined in a lead. That man is on fire here in Abu Dhabi. Let's see what our replay has. This is from lap 13, so this is 7 laps ago. As we can see from the video, the day has turned in the night. This is the wonderful overtake of Fairley once this battle began. Now it's between Tompa, Team Said and Schumacher. Who is going to come out in front? With 8 laps to go at the evening of Abu Dhabi. Schumacher trying to go down the inside. Tompa has to cover. Schumacher has to cut the whole track in order to stay intact. And now Womble in the pits. Womble should rejoin to second place. He has also taken now the soft tires, and these guys are yet to pit, so Womble should be easy second place today. With Salesman leading by a mile. He got chicane, racing a ping pong. I say ping pong. Jokke fastest lap 1:37.1. Luckily he secured the championship earlier, now the championship gap would be 41 points. It is big enough to secure it. Jokke really aggressive. I hope these guys don't try to finish this race on those tires. Seven laps to go in Abu Dhabi Yas Marina. And a 4-week break will follow. You guys got a whole July to do something else apart the final weekend. At least I'm trying to be with my friends during the break and use it as my advantage. Just saying, if Jokke doesn't get anything for that, I'm not going to race in F1 2020. Well, that's well, you can't force the stewards to give a penalty. We will need to see the footage first before we can say anything. Completely depends who was at fault or was it a racing incident. If you both make a mistake, it's a racing incident. So, but if the mistake is very several, it's intentional or something, then it's a penalty for both. But if both make a minor mistake, it's a racing incident then. Schumacher overtaking Team Set, so Team Set is really having a trouble. But you can't tighten me to give a penalty for someone. Oh, that's Schumacher cutting a whole track. That's a straight 5 second, which will count. The clip in F1 video reports my luck this season has been pretty bad. Well, hopefully it changes next season. Salesman 135.8. He's putting a qualifying lap on the board. Oh, whoa. The two Renaults are having a hot race. And Schumacher keeps the position. He should give the position back ASAP. Tompa. Well, that's a disqualification coming for Tompa then. Straight into the sideboard, or we have to talk about it with the stewards, but a very high chance disqualification coming for Tompa and 5 penalty points for the next season. We don't want to give those, but those kind of moves are illegal. Yeah, Mackers is PMP Mac in YouTube. Schumacher serving his 5 seconds he got from the corner cut. Now Jokke is going for it, he's going for podium position. Like I got to say, this has been one of the dirtiest races in the VC's history. So far. Jokke up to P3 with 16 points coming from this race. Look like Panel and Fairley are trying to stretch this stint to an end, finish P4 and P5, having a one-stop medium. Let's see, there Schumacher cut the track, we couldn't quite see it. Ah, well, the replay was maybe broken. Let's see again. Now it's working. So there we can see Salesman putting a fastest lap on the board. And then we can see the contact. Tompa made something wrong first, then Schumacher got the track. And well, it ended. So we didn't get the second launch, but doesn't matter. 5 laps to go. Tompa and team said in the pits. Tompa changing the front wing, and team said just a real stop for the softs. And let's check the tires now. So only Jokke, Helpenella and Fairley are on the mediums, everyone else are on the fresh softs. Of course, the drivers are so far behind that these drivers can take a risk and try to get to the end with P4 and P5 and one-stop strategy. Salesman is leading this race by a pit stop, so he could stop again, have a new set of tires and win the race with 3-stop strategy when others make the 3-2 stop. But this man has been dominant, securing 6th place in the championship. These two Renaults are really taking into each other. And Tompa is under heavy investigation, maybe even disqualification after the race. Oh no, 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 no. Dangerous places to dive into. Fairly into the pits. Taking the new softs, and that way, when he stays in position. Tompa is putting his nose into every single corner he can. He just should wait the DRS and get past with that one. Of course, the team's in front, so it's not so easy. But racing is not putting your nose every single space where there is. We can say that if you are no longer a racing driver if you go in the gap which doesn't exist. And there is no gap, it doesn't exist. So you are past the Maldonado if you go to the gap which doesn't exist. And that's Tompa's race in a nutshell today. 2.5 laps to go. Or it's full 3 laps actually. But anyway, 3 laps to go. Now it's DRS I was talking about. What? Did I just saw correctly? It's raining in Abu Dhabi with dynamic weather. It's raining in Yas Marina with dynamic weather. And oh no, Tompa. I can raise my hands. There was dynamic weather. I haven't set any rain into this race. It's not about me. It's not about me. I haven't done any settings which should lead into the rain. If someone is saying that it's your fault, Pocky, no, it's not. The weather is dynamic. After the clear, of course, the clear episode, it's dynamic. And it's raining in Abu Dhabi for the last 2 laps. This got to be a meme. Yeah, I'm thinking the exactly same, Mac here. These two Renaults have really, they are like pigs. on the road. They don't have any brain, or Schumacher has the brain, but the other don't. But 1.5 laps to go in this race. In rainy Abu Dhabi, Team Hope Oppanella is really going to struggle on those tires in these conditions, and it looks like the intermediates are required. DRS may get disabled any moment. But what is this weather in Abu Dhabi? And it's not about me. This would be a different story if I was planning this, but this was not planned. DRS also disabled due to rainy conditions for the last lap. One final lap. Salesman could pit, take the inters and secure the win. At least I would have stopped for the inters if I know there's a gap behind. I would have stopped on the inters and make sure I finish. Because the slicks are a risk. You might crash out if you are not consistenting even for a millisecond. This must be the most random race I have ever been. Fairly 10 seconds for corner cutting. Well. And Trompa has got the track. Straight 10 seconds, and that's Schumacher in the wall. So Trompa must have done something for him. Schumacher gets lapped on the final lap, and Salesman is going to win his 4th race in a row. Trompa has wing damage, so if Trompa crashes into Schumacher, his disqualification is 100% sure. Is that Salesman? Salesman has spun on the final lap. Did I say something about the intermediates? Of course, every single driver is struggling, but still. This must be the slowest final lap. And we are not making the donuts in the wet conditions. I changed the weather. So we are not going to make the donuts after this. In these conditions. These guys are pitting on the final lap for the intermediates. But Salesman is coming through the final corner to win in Abu Dhabi. Salesman 3 seconds for that. Seriously. Salesman crossed the line to win at rainy Abu Dhabi, and that's it. And the season 7 is finished. Wumble's really struggling on those tires. Oh, the Schumacher round in the final corner. Wumble crossed the line with 16 seconds gap. Salesman is the driver of the day. Fairley is matching his best finish of the season, P5. I think. Okay, through the final corner, the champion. P3 from Abu Dhabi. And now it's Oppanella and the rest of the grid struggling in the line. There goes Oppanella, P4 from the last stretch of the season. Fairly crossed the line, P5. This must be the most incredible way The most ridiculous way to end a season. There's Tompa without the front wing now. Team said coming across the line now. The P6 and end this season. Yeah, I don't know either. Sippala. It's raining. With dynamic weather, it's raining. And Tompa. Cross the line. And that's it for the race. Salesman wins 1 second and Jokke third. Now it's no longer raining. And the season has officially ended by these scenes. Well, Zaha would have liked that. Fairly, this was the in-game dynamic system this time. This was not a weather generator. This time it was an in-game dynamic weather system. Let's take a screenshot from the results. Driver of the day goes for Salesman. And that's it for the race today. When we go to lobby, I want to show you that it was not my plan. Because, well, I don't want to get any shit on my tail. Now the timer goes up again to half a minute. But in-game dynamic selected a rainy condition. And very shortly there will be the donuts coming. So stay tuned for those. Now I will go to the settings and show you that it was not a planned. It was not a planned one. There you can see, it was not planned. So it was the dynamic weather which gave us the rain today. I will turn off the rules. And now the drivers can have the donuts. If they want to. Are we really going to have only 4 drivers making the donuts? Ah, now there's people rejoining. Okay, I will invite PMP Mac back. We are having a couple of drivers. It's a half an hour practice, so anyway, the drivers can make the donuts today to celebrate the final race of F1 2019. And we are here to make some donuts at Abu Dhabi. Here at the evening of Abu Dhabi. The season has ended, and let's see where these drivers are going to make the donuts. I want to capture as much as I can. Here goes. Oh, banging the wall. Luckily the damage is off. Well, I can no longer call that, so the drivers are just doing what they want now. The rules are off, so you should not get a disqualification if you drive the wrong way. And the next race, like I said earlier in the stream, in 4 weeks in Australia, but the F2 will begin the action on Friday, July 24th. Also, the tire temperatures are turned off, so the tire should not overheat by doing these donuts. Somebody's making donuts on the main straight, and I can see this one. So these will be onboard donuts then. It should be a great place to make some donuts. Through the main straight to make some donuts. And now there's everyone coming to the main straight. Oh! They banged the wheels. Here we can see a bit better angle. Enjoy these donuts. my microphone was on mute, so I was saying that these drivers are driving the wrong way, which was not the thing they should do. Now there are triple donuts going. Those engines are going to like this one. Oh. And they need a red flag. There's a huge incident. Every single car in the same photo. Oh. Wobble just trying to get through. This one's a perfect view for donuts. What a perfect view. There's a lot of material to choose from to the season summary, which is only a great thing. At least I got something. There's so much stuff that I cannot see a heck. And my PlayStation is also lagging a bit. I think that is enough donuts for this time. There's no interviews this time because, well, people's in there, they don't know that there's an interview, so I'm not going to even make one. So, thanks for this season. The season 7 of World Championship Series is over. We will return with season 8 action in 4 weeks time. So stay tuned with F1 action beginning July 14th. Pre-season also coming July 18th and July 19th in Vietnam and Netherlands, so make sure to stay tuned for those. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this kind of content. The streams, of course, will go on for the next season. But remember to press the notification bell in order to not miss any of the new streams. Same times as now, next season. Thanks and goodbye.